Okay, let's do clicking on the 3-day sale on this website. So over here we have the 3-day sale over here. We want to click on it. And the way we do it is let's start by going to IntelliJ. Let's make a new class. Okay, so new Java class, and let's say 3-day sale. Okay. Now let's extend to the common API. Perfect. All right. Now let's start making the test. So we're going to use the CSS selector for this as well. So at test, and let's make the method public void 3-day sale test, right? So in fact, actually, I already made a mistake. Let's just say 3-day sale. Let's call it test. And make the brackets in that, and then let me just this is supposed to be called test, so let me refactor and rename this one to test refactor. Alright, perfect. Now in this test, let's start with the CSS selector and everything we need to do. So first things first, let's go here to Google. Let's look on the sales coupon and let's right click and inspect. Okay, now I'm a stickler, so I like going to the console and hitting the selector tool and then clicking on exactly what I want. Alright, it tells me that the tag name is image, okay, img, and an attribute is src, and an attribute value is this link, right? So let's go back to IntelliJ and let's start making our CSS selector. So driver dot find element, right? Find element by, right? Dot CSS selector. It's already there. CSS selector. Okay. Now let's do the same syntax I mentioned earlier. Okay. We're gonna have our tag name. First things first, you want to put the whole thing in quotation marks. Okay. Now we come up here. We check the tag name. The tag name is the first thing in the beginning of the HTML element. It's img here. So let's go back. Let's type in img, and then brackets like this. Okay, now we're gonna put information inside the brackets. On top of img, we have where is it? Right here. On top of img, we have src as the attribute, right? So not on top, it's not related, it's just its own thing, src. So let's go back to IntelliJ and let's type in src equals, okay? And now inside here, we're gonna have things in single quotes like this, okay? Whatever's inside src is gonna be in single quotes. So we go back to Google, we click on src like this, double click, copy the link without the quotation marks. Okay. So I'm going to right click and copy, but I like to do Control-C. However, for demonstration purposes, I'm right clicking and copying. Put your cursor inside the single quotes. Control-V this. Okay. Scroll to the right. Scroll to the right. Come here and do dot. Look, click is already available. Click. Okay. Now let's go to the runner class right here. Let's copy the format of these runner classes, or this one of these tests, right? So let's go to here, next line, one space, Control-V it, start changing the names. It's not the About Us test we just made. We made the 3-day sales test here, right? So let's change this to 3-day sale test, and down here it says About Us test again. Change it to 3-day sale test. There you go, it's already there. Okay, now I'm going to comment the rest of these tests. Just let me know where to stop. Right here, right?
Yeah.
and then we're going to control/, this, and now let's run just this test. So run. Well, I think it passed. Yeah. So yes, it did. It did. Okay. So that test passed. All right. Now let's just uncomment these and return back to the file just to see what we did. Control/, and let's go back to 3-day sale. Just to do a recap, we did driver.findElement by CSS Selector. This is the tag name. This is the attribute name. This is the attribute associated value. All this, and then this is the .click method at the end. And all this information came simply from this HTML element that we derived from right-clicking and inspecting on this area, going to the selector tool, and then using that selector tool to come here and click on this and know exactly which HTML element we're focusing on. And then the unique identifier we picked was the link itself for attached to SRC, as opposed to using something like class or any of these like repetitive things. But that's basically it. So the test passed. We can look at the console. There you go. So let's stop the recording.